Hi everybody, my name is Ken Sato. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin SB a little bit. Um, Actually today is very warm, very bright, it's nice. Still below the freezing, it's 30 degree I think, but to me this is like spring. Um, Anyhow, so something I want to talk about is regime uncertainty. This is a economics term, I think. The historian and economist of Robert Higgs um, used this word to explain how uncertain government can damage the economies. So yesterday I was listening Thomas Wood podcast about New Deal, and then he was talking about this. You know, of course, like he was talking about how bad um, New Deal was. You know how much not just uh, Roosevelt did a lot of public works and intervention to the economy, but you know President before the FDR, the Hoover, he was the Republican president, also did a lot of intervention to the economies, right? Hoover Dam was created that time, right? So, uh, so that, so the argument from you know uh, like a libertarian side is that because government did a lot of intervention, we basically prolonged the crisis of Great Depression. I mean, crisis, financial crisis, and actually make it, government create the Great Depression. And then when he is also talking about this idea of regime uncertainty, because like as we talked about yesterday, the government intervention is actually doesn't really help, right, for the economy, but because government love these kind of things, because this gives extra power to the politicians and justification to do whatever they want to do, right? uh, but why that's really bad for the economy? I think one thing is that if government become very business unfriendly, or like if you can like predict what they do in the future, a lot of business start not investing large amount of money, or like they kind of like wait, to not wait to do large, longer term kind of investment, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So certainty is actually very important for the business development, and of course the they are talking about like more macroeconomics, kind of like entire economic like that. But I think this regime uncertainty, this idea actually can apply to the crypto world too. One reason I support Bitcoin SB, because the the miner, right? Miners of Bitcoin SB wants to stabilize the protocol. I think it's very important to have the stabilities, and that they don't support ongoing experiments on the protocols. what is the protocol? I think this is a little difficult. It's difficult question, but this is like economic model of is a protocol. Some people think the block size, 1 megabyte block size is protocol. Well, I don't think so, because if that, it's not the design. I mean that as a in the original code, have comments and say, oh, if block size, Bitcoin become popular and we're gonna lift this limits, right? So there's a clear intention that Satoshi, I guess, wrote that, and the idea was, they say spam protection, right? So in the beginning, Bitcoin was very small and was not really valuable, so it's much easier to spam the network, right? Because you pay, say, hundreds of Bitcoin, with $1 or something like that, right? And then it's so easy to spam. So that's why they limited the block size. But anyway, so that was the not original economic model to have like one megabytes block size and trying to raise the fee of transaction, limit number of transactions. That's clear, right? That's clear from writing of Satoshi, right? He was in the first place, it's like second email after he published the Bitcoin on the cryptography mailing list. He said, somebody's next email, reply from people say, oh, it's great idea, but it won't scale. And he start arguing it, and no, it can scale. It can be much bigger. Block size can be easily, be like size of the CD-ROM, like no problem, right? That's 10 years ago, right? So it's very clear, So that was not the design of that. Was like block size was not the small block size is not the protocol, and that was not the economic model. Economic model is scale up, right, and get bunch of the transactions, get some fees, and then miner gonna sustain from that large amount of transaction. So what is the protocol change? How about Ethereum, right? They want to change proof of stake, right? Proof of work to proof of stake, right? Of course, proof of work is, what mining does, right? The miner have to have a machine to run the specific algorithm, and then if they are lucky, every 10 minutes, it's kind of noisy over there. I'm gonna go this way. For Bitcoin, every 10 minutes, if you're lucky, you're gonna be paid off. So everybody, work hard to calculate, and then it's like only way you make. Okay, thank you. Only way, you can make more money is do more calculation. Yeah, through buying more machine, or you get better machine, right? That's only way you can do that. And in a way, it's very fair system, because nobody can cheat. It's very difficult to cheat. You have to work on the you have to have a better machine all the time. You have to focus to reduce the like what is the word, overhead cost, or you have to keep getting cheap electricities and stuff like that. That is not easy. But anyways, that's the model, right? That's the way we secure the Bitcoin network, or most of other cryptocurrency network right now. So Ethereum do same thing right now. Their block size, blocks time is much, each block between blocks it's much shorter, but it's basically the same thing. But some people argue that it's not good for environment. Okay, I don't know what that means, environment, but environment for food, I don't know. But it's spending electricity so much is waste, that they say. Okay, all right. Well, maybe not. Wasteful, it's very subjective word, right? It's wasteful to live, maybe, right? Like why life, has meaning? I don't know. Maybe life doesn't have a meaning, for anybody. Everybody's life is wasteful, or maybe, right? Who knows? It's a subjective word, but anyway, if that's wasteful, then that they think, right? Then they want to do is, okay, we're gonna do different system. So we wanna put the different economic model, basically business model, to sustain this network and secure the network. So the idea of proof of stake is, instead of putting a bunch of miner and run them 24 hours, they that part of things can be done by people who has a lot of coins. Okay, so if you have a bunch of coins, you can validate all the transactions. So their hope is, because you own a lot of coins, so you already invest a lot of money, most likely you are going to be honest, right? Then we don't need to burn the electricity. That's their idea. Okay. So this, I don't know this is gonna work or not. I mean, sounds like almost like a company, right? Company, if you have corporation, if you have half of company's share, basically more than half, most likely, then basically you can decide everything for the company, right? How to do, how you wanna do, how to run the company. You can do that, right? It seems like almost same thing, right? You can, once you have a 51% of coins, basically you can decide how many coins gonna be mined, or which transactions going to be included or not, or how many coin you have or not. Well, I have a lot of questions for that. I don't know. It might work, or it might works, it might not works. Am I gonna work? Am I not gonna work? So that's that's a problem. I mean, the problem is that this is experiment. It's we're trying to do new things. It's good. Somebody should try. Yes, that's fine to me. But so if I'm a guy who wants to invest, I'm thinking investing $100 million using Ethereum, right? Maybe say I am a credit card company, right? I want to spend $100 million for new venture. We want to make a new product using Ethereum, right? That's my plan, because I want to use their smart contract. Okay. So Ethereum is probably 4 years old, I guess. It works okay so far. I mean, they got a lot of hacking and stuff. I still remember I put the money in the DAO. Well, anyway, that's another experiment, right? We did. It's miserably failed. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So, but just so for a second, so I'm pretend I'm $100 million company who wants to spend $100 million for this Ethereum network. And then they say, okay, actually, I don't like proof of work anymore because it's bad for environments and green, it's gonna create climate change, whatever it is. That's their argument, okay? So it's gonna do proof of stake. Then should I invest money? Still, should I invest $100 million now? Because I don't know this proof of stake work or not, right? Maybe I'm going to postpone that investment because I don't know that's gonna work or not, right? It might going to work, might not, right? And okay, how long does it take to know it's gonna work, right? So if they change to proof of stake, okay, and then maybe they, for first 1 month works well. Okay, it seems like it working, but is it? I mean, does it mean safe? I don't know, right? I mean, the brand new system is brand new system, right? It's not battle tested yet, right? It means like you have to wait to see. So maybe I gotta wait another 3-4 years. So you basically lose 4 years, right? Just think about somebody invest $100 million for the network, how great it is, right? And they, going to make a new product, some like not just like a token or anything, something like everybody use it. Then finally your network has a chance to provide something useful to society. Finally, not just ICO. but because you are doing experiments, you lose all of that investment. So that's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is the I think regime uncertainty can do for your coin, right? So like a Bitcoin Cash, it's kind of the same thing. So they want to experiment on Avalanche. They say it's a pre-consensus protocol. I don't know what that means. So pre-consensus, what does that mean? Do you have a consensus on that? If you don't have a consensus, you don't have a consensus. But this Avalanche basically has consensus before consensus through very smart, sophisticated way. I don't know. Then do we need a proof of work? I don't know. Maybe they don't need it, okay? Maybe they are right though, maybe they're not. But we don't know. It might not gonna work. Then they're gonna blow everything, right? That is the problem of this ongoing experiments. And the attitude is, well, it's still beta and it's still alpha, and we still need to do a lot of things, right? then we want to do this, and we want to put this, and we want to put that. We want to do Shinoa. We want to do, you know, like putting like more, you know, privacy coins and stuff, like, you know, maybe we want to put the Nimbo, whatever it is, you know, side chain, whatever it is, right? They see the tendency of protocol developer. Of course, they want to develop the protocol, right? They want to edit new features because that's their business. But that's not necessarily good for like business who are on that network, right? Because they just need to spend so much time just listening them. First of all, you have to somehow follow them. We don't know, and then you have to, you know, if they try to introducing like new ideas, something gonna kill your business, and then you have to keep arguing with them on Reddit forever. Oh gosh, right? we spent too much time for this, right? It's not practical. It's not productive. I mean, the job of business should be providing service. Their energy should be focused on creating great products, service. That is the way we get more people on the network, right? Huh? Kind of. Huh? Nah. Right. No, just I'm talking about politics and computers, so maybe you don't want to listen there. But anybody can be YouTuber. It's easy. Maybe you can be YouTuber too. Easy. Alright, see you. Huh? Say hi to them. Hi, vlog. Thank you. Anyway, I forgot what I'm talking about. But but anyhow, what I'm talking about, so experiment, right? Oh, the business, right? So the business for cryptocurrency, I mean, business should focus for providing better service or creating great service for customers. That is the way we're gonna get mass adoptions, right? You know, we don't want to spend just talking and protocols. Right? It's like we just spending so much time like how HTTP should evolve or something, instead of like a Google making search engine or like Apple making cell phone, right? That's we are doing right now, and I don't think that's, you know, good. That's not healthy. So that's why I'm on the Bitcoin SP side, because they want to stabilize the protocol, and then everybody, you know, can build on that stable, you know, platform. I mean, I think that's the only way we're gonna get the bigger and more businesses come to the network and provide a good service, you know, to everybody. So that's the today's talk. Regime uncertainty. Yeah, I think that's a good word to use it. You know, for other coins. Anyway, all right. Talk to you later. Bye bye.